been since we've done a show? Almost a month, hasn't it? Well, in case you forgot me, I'm Randy Tibbins. You know who you are. Come on in, pull up a chair, sit down, relax, and let's talk Dodgers. This is the only, first, and best video podcast by fans, for fans of your Los Angeles Dodgers. We do it off and on during the off-season, but we're on during, well, spring training and all that kind of stuff. So we're back after the winter meetings. We're back after the GM meetings. We're back after everything. Today is last show is November 18th. Today, last show is November 25th, around Thanksgiving. Today is December 18th, 2015. It's our last show of the year. Some people might give us a cheer for that. They're sick of us. All right. Happy Crappy Mike Day. Got the crappy mic, so that's good. We're going to try and run down in about 10 or 15 minutes all the stuff that's happened to the team in the last 3 weeks. Now you say, well, nothing really happens in the off season, but yeah, it really does. For instance, I got another cold, so that happened, and we're drinking some water here. But we got some sound bites for you. We got some funny stuff. We got some crazy happenings, and we'll talk about everything else we can. But let's talk about, in no particular order, here are all the things, all the major transactions that have happened since the last time you and I were together on Let's Talk Dodgers, the best and only and first video podcast by fans, for fans of your Los Angeles Dodgers. First of all, the Dodgers were trying to sign, the big news, I think, Dodgers were trying to sign Seattle's Hisashi Iwakuma in a 3-year, $45 million deal. That didn't happen because yesterday on the 17th, the Dodgers backed out of the deal because he failed to pass his physical. That's kind of sad. Word was that he passed one physical for one team and not the one for the other team, the one that mattered. The results of the medical examination were problematic, according to the Japanese news reporters, and they probably would have consummated the deal by rewriting the terms of the deal with incentives built in, stuff like that. They didn't do it. So when this type of thing happens, sometimes the players kind of get a little gun-shy and they split. Well, that happened. And Iwakuma last night re-signed on Thursday night with his Seattle Mariners on a one-year deal with a pair of vesting options attached. He's gone, so no deal. But also yesterday, the Dodgers did finalize their coaching staff. So joining Rick Honeycutt is going to be fifth-year catching instructor Steve Yeager. So those two guys are back. Bob Guerin is going to be the bench coach. Turner Ward is the hitting coach. George Lombard is the first base coach. And Chris Woodward as the third base coach. Josh Bard as bullpen coach. Tim Hires as assistant hitting coach. And good old Juan Castro. Remember Juan Castro? Yeah, he's the guy that started the Dodgers' first triple play in Los Angeles history on June 15, 1996. He's in the newly created position of quality assurance coach. Whatever that means. That's your 2016 coaching staff. All right. Now, as you may know, last week the Dodgers were working on acquiring flame-throwing reliever Aroldis Chapman from the Reds. A pair of prospects involved, according to several reports. That deal's gone on hold first, and then word leaked out about his altercation with his girlfriend. I think the Reds were holding out on him because they didn't tell anybody. And so, as a result, must have been something I ate. That deal's gone. Also in the news last Sunday, Chase Utley signed up. Let's see what else happened here. Relief pitcher Juan Nicasio and minor league arm Bonilla were not tendered contracts by the Dodgers, making them free agents. Nicasio led all the Dodger relievers in 2015 in innings pitched. Finished the year with a 3.86 ERA. You don't need to hear about Nicasio. He's since signed a one-year deal with the Pirates. See you later. Josh Baird expected to join the staff, perhaps as bullpen coach. That's what we heard, and that's what is going to be happening. What else we got here? This happened this week in a three-team deal on Wednesday. The Dodgers and Cincinnati consummated a deal of a three-way trade with the White Sox. All-star third baseman Todd Frazier of the White Sox, and Cincinnati received three prospects: infielders Jose Peraza, Brandon Dixon, outfielder Scott Schebler, from the Dodgers, who in turn received prospects Frankie Montas, great pitcher, Micah Johnson, and Trace Thompson from the White Sox. Should be a big deal. The arrival of Trace Thompson is a big deal. With that crowded outfield mix, at least until the team makes another trade, could eat into Jock Peterson's playing time because Trace Thompson is a better than average fielder and a pretty good hitter too. Thompson's going to be a strong center fielder and presumably would get some of Peterson's at-bats, particularly against left-handed pitching. Peterson batted an identical 207 versus lefties and righties, but his walk and power numbers were down considerably against lefties in 136 plate appearances. So maybe this guy, Trace Thompson, could be the answer to that deal. Platooning in center field, we'll see. Also, today, on December 18th, the Dodgers on Friday acquired left-hander Tyler Olson from the Mariners for cash or a player to be named later, just 2 days after the Mariners DFA'd him. Go figure. To make room on the roster, right-hander Daniel Reynolds, who was claimed off waivers last week, was designated for assignment from the Dodgers. This guy Olson made his Major League debut for Seattle this past season, going 1-1 with a 5.40 ERA and 11 relief appearances. He also appeared in 25 games, 6 starts, with AAA Tacoma, going 3-5 with a 4.47 ERA. That's all the news up to now that we know, up to this afternoon, December 18th, 2015. Whew, that was a lot of news that was going on in just a couple of 3 weeks. Let's take a time out, and we'll be back with some fun stuff right after this.
Hi, everybody. This is Tommy Lasorda. I
Hi,
want to
Tommy.
take this opportunity to wish everybody, all Dodger fans, wherever they may be, a most happy holiday.
Oh, thank you, Tommy. That's great. Thank you so much. All right. Let's get into the fun stuff, because that's what we're all about, fun stuff. If you've never seen the show, Let's Talk Dodgers, we're about fun stuff. So here it is. As announced, next year's 2016 Dodger Fan Fest at Dodger Stadium is going to take place on Saturday, January 30th. Now, this is a free event, and did I mention it's free? Free parking, free everything, except for autographs aren't free, and the eats aren't free. But everything else, showing up, hanging, running the bases, listening to all the conversation going on, free. I'm going to be there. Let's all meet up somewhere. Give us a note here on Let's Talk Dodgers. You can write to us the old-fashioned way, email, letstalkdodgers@gmail.com. Write to us on our Facebook page, Let's Talk Dodgers. You can even write to us through our YouTube page. Let's Talk Dodgers 13 is the page for that on YouTube. Let me know if you're coming to Fan Fest. Let's get a posse going, and we can hang out together or meet up somewhere at whatever time. It runs like, I think, 10 or 11 in the morning all the way till about 4 or 5 in the afternoon, so a lot of fun there. Let's check off things on the MLB calendar for the offseason and into 2016. Let's see. December 2nd was the last day for teams to offer contracts to unsigned players on the 40-man. We had that. December 7th through 10th was the winter meetings in Nashville. Check. December 7th, Hall of Fame Pre-Integration Era Committee through 1946. Vote was announced. Did you hear anything about that? I didn't hear anything about that. Check that off. That's the end of 2015. The next date that comes up is January 6th, and that's the biggie when the Baseball Writers of America tell us who their Hall of Fame vote comes out. And tell us who's going in July, so that'll be fun. And I can't wait to hear what happens there. All right, more fun stuff. In case you didn't hear, the Dodgers are going to host another college baseball classic. The UCLA and USC baseball teams will once again take part in the 2016 College Baseball Classic doubleheader at the Dodger Stadium, which features both teams from the 2013 College World Series Finals. The March 6th event, that's when it takes place, includes a doubleheader featuring Oklahoma and Mississippi State in the first game. That's 11 o'clock in the morning, before the UCLA-USC game at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. UCLA beat Mississippi State in the 2013 College World Series Championship game in Omaha. To purchase tickets, visit Dodgers.com/classic. That's Dodgers.com/classic. UCLA and USC should be a lot of fun out there at Dodger Stadium. By the way, in case you can't get to that game and you want to see it, UCLA-USC game will also be televised by the Pac-12 Network. Again, the date of that game is March the 6th. The College Baseball Classic began in 2010, has been played every year since, except for 2014, with UCLA and USC beating in each edition. All right, Dodger home runs in the offseason. We like to play Dodger home run calls. Oh, God, I need a home run. Do you need a home run? I need a home run. Well, since they were talking about him on Sportsnet LA this week, he was in Cuba visiting his hometown. Let's go check out a home run from back in June 10th against the D-backs. Yasiel Puig and a home run. Let's do it. Vince Scully with the call. Wow. I love it. Woo! Can't have enough of those Dodger home. Doesn't it feel good to hear a home run in the offseason? All right, the rumor mill. All right, this is a good one. Let's see if we can play this rumor. We got it on a third. We've been talking about this since the hot stove began. I heard a rumor that my former co-host of Let's Talk Dodgers is returning for the 2016 season. I also heard he's a free agent and demanding a hefty bump in salary. All of it is not true. I repeat, it's not true. ESPN broke the story earlier today that Mr. Lynn Tibbins, my former co-host, will not be back in 2016 as a host of Let's Talk Dodgers. Maybe we need an incentive clause, more like maybe a sanity clause. Nah, that's right there. That's Sandler. All right. All right. Let's see what else we got. Hot stove situations. If there are more, we'll tell them about it right here on Let's Talk Dodgers. We should be back right after the beginning of the new year, I hope. Right in time for those Hall of Fame announcements. January 6th, we'll see. All right, shout-out time. We love to give shout-outs. You guys like shout-outs? This is where anybody that writes to us or says anything cool or just wants to join the group or whatever, we give a shout-out. Interesting from Dan S. of the Bay Area Dodgers group, who stated that I didn't hear this anywhere except for you, Dan. You're the first one. He stated that Chad Billingsley is a free agent and is familiar with Honeycutt, etc. Maybe we should sign him? I don't know. We need a righty in the rotation. He's right. Thoughts, anybody? Let us know. But shout out to Dan S. from the Bay Area Dodgers for that one. Also, shout out to my buddy Gordon Ross, another longtime Valley guy and Dodger fan. Hey, Gordon. I believe as we speak, he's joining Let's Talk Dodgers in Facebook, so welcome, Gordon. John H. is a new liker to Let's Talk Dodgers. And Andres has been chiming in lately. Thanks, Andres. Welcome aboard. Everybody to Let's Talk Dodgers, the best place to hear Dodger news in the offseason. That's for sure. Let's do stats of the day. We got one. We got a stat of the day. There's no baseball. How do you get a stat? We make them up, of course. Stat of the day, question. Question to the house. Who hit the most triples on the Dodgers squad in 2015, you know? I'll give you a second. Oh, okay. Anybody know? It was 7 by Andre Ethier. You got a shot at it if you get it right. Okay. All right. This day in Dodger history, nothing really happened. Middle of late December, as everybody's off for the holidays. But we do have some former Dodgers with birthdays. Unfortunately, none of these gentlemen are still alive, but let's cite them anyway. On this date, December 18th, were born Gino Cimoli, played in Brooklyn and L.A., was traded in the deal which brought Wally Moon from the Cards, so Gino Cimoli's birthday would have been today. One of my favorites from the World Series in 65, and then we had him in 68, Zoilo Versalles, great glove man, born on this date in 1939, played for the Twins and Dodgers. And here's a guy who played 1 year for the Dodgers, and another guy played 1 year for the Dodgers, Bill Moose Skowron, mostly known from the Yankees, but in 63, Yankees didn't want him, came to the Dodgers because they dumped him, and he played for the Blue in 63, even hit a home run in the 1963 World Series. Way to go, Moose! All right, let's see what else we got here. I'm going to leave you with this note from John Weissman, who's the Dodger blogger turned insider this year, wrote for 2 years on the Dodger blogs already. The 2016 pennant race ends 2016 pennant race ends 9.5 months from now. Plenty of time to pick up more arms, more players. July 31st, non-waiver trading deadline is 7.5 months from now. Opening day is 3.5 months from now. The Giants and Diamondbacks finished a collective 21 games behind the Dodgers in 2015. While they have improved their teams, they have a lot of work to do, and to some extent still do. While the Dodgers are vulnerable to injuries, their rivals are not immune either. By some accounts, and perhaps a consensus, the Dodgers have the best farm system in the National League. I'll drink to that. After losing by 1 run in Game 5 of the NLDS, the eventual league champs, the Dodgers have several players capable of improvement in 2016. Whether it's more experience like Kike Hernandez, Jock Peterson, or a healthier Yasmani Grandal or Puig, and to this day, no NL contender has a closer like Kenley Jansen. Excuse me. And nobody has a pitcher like Clayton Kershaw. I'll drink to that too. Take that, D-backs. Does this make Dodgers champions? No, but it should be enough to stop digging the grave of the 2016 Dodgers before 2016 starts. Bobby K. Bobby K. And as one responder to his column said, be glad we're not the Rockies or the Padres, guys. Be glad we're not Rockies or Padres fans. We're Dodger fans, that's why. Let's see, that's going to do it. Thank you again for watching Let's Talk Dodgers throughout 2015. Hope to have you back in 2016. Hope you get rid of the cold in 2016. I'd love you to all come back and tell all your friends, by the way. Come on back, pull up a chair, sit down, relax, and let's talk Dodgers. And we'll talk to you again in 2016. Have a good Christmas. Have a good whatever else you're celebrating. Happy New Year, everybody. See ya next year. Keep rooting Dodgers.
Chopper to short. Seager.
Let's see if we can do that again for a fourth time next year. Bye, everybody.